Hi folks, thank you for checking out my video. This weekend, my family and I are taking a trip to Mendocino and Fort Bragg, California. We lived in the Bay Area for many years, but never really taken a trip to Mendocino. We heard that the beaches out there are spectacular, the seafood out there are delicious, and there are plenty of state parks and activity to discover and enjoy. So we are going to check it out. Because we are still in the middle of the pandemic, we are going to limit our time there. We are just going to have a sneak peek of the area, and if we like it, we will definitely go back there again when things get better. If you're thinking about making a trip out there, please stay tuned, join us for the sneak peek, and maybe this is some place that you would like to visit as well. With that, let's get our trip going. We started out from the East Bay on I-80, then we drove through Highway 37, where we passed through the San Pablo Bay National Wildlife Refuge Reserve that supports migratory birds, wetland habitat, and other endangered species. From there, we took the Lakeville Road to Highway 101. On Lakeville Road, we drove through some scenic views of wineries, farmland, and other picturesque roads and landscape. We then turned into Highway 101, heading north to Santa Rosa. From Highway 101, we head on the scenic road of Highway 128. Although the road was windy, it was quickly overshadowed by the fantastic views of the beautiful tall redwood trees. From our car seats, we can see these magnificent trees soaring straight and high into the sky. Highway 128 eventually turns into Highway 1, where we meet the coastlines of the Pacific Ocean and Mendocino County. Here we reach our first destination. We only have 1 day and a half for this trip, so we're going to squeeze as many places as possible to visit. Our first destination is the Big River Beach at Mendocino Headlands State Park. As you can see, this is a beautiful beach where the river meets the ocean just behind that bridge there. The beach is very clean with a large parking lot. Here you can enjoy a relaxing day, sunbathing, simply walking along the river, or hike the nearby trails. Having seen this beautiful beach, we will definitely come back again when we have more time. Just minutes from the Big River Beach is the town of Mendocino. Driving through Mendocino feels different. It felt like we were entering another era altogether. Right away, we see small shops along the streets. The unique character of the town is very intriguing, so we parked our car and explored. As you can see, there are a variety of small businesses and shops that you can explore and discover. Also, as Asian Americans, we were surprised and proud to know that there were early Chinese people calling Mendocino their home as well. Glaring in the distance, painted greenish and red, is the Taoist temple of Quan Tai. This temple was built in 1854 as a Taoist symbol of integrity and loyalty. Still standing tall, it is one of the oldest Chinese houses of worship in California, and it is recognized and registered as a historical landmark number 927.
Temple Quan Tai, California State Landmark number 927. Let's see if it is. Oh my god, I'm getting anxiety.
They open or close?
No, they're closed. They don't even open up till May.
So the temple is closed.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get down.
Yep.
Yep.
Most of all, we can't leave the town of Mendocino without tasting the food.
The crab sandwich is really tasty.
After we ate, we drove to the Mendocino Headlands State Park, just minutes away. Immediately, we were blown away by how beautiful the shoreline is. Wow, this is just stunning. Words cannot describe how spectacular this place really is. Seeing it up close makes you feel at awe. The closer we walked to the edge of the shoreline bluff, the more spectacular and captivating the views become. It's so beautiful out here. We took time taking pictures and enjoying the truly awesome landscape. Afterward, we checked out the Jug Handle State Park Nature Reserve. This park is known for its ecological staircase trail, which reveals the different geological features over time as you hike. However, the hike is approximately 5 miles round trip. Although there were plenty to discover, we decided to just check out the closest beach in the park and save the rest for another time. At the beach, there were only a handful of people, and as you can see, there is plenty of space for family fun and relaxation. Just minutes north of the park is the city of Fort Bragg. Founded in 1857, today this city is another tourist destination, and it is mostly known for its famous glass beach, skunk train, the redwoods, seafood restaurants, and of course the dramatic coastlines. We checked into a hotel and rested for a while. The room is just basic, but it will do for just one night stay. After our rest, we headed to the famous glass beach. Driving through the city, we get a sense of that small town feeling, a sense of slowness, a sense of deep history behind the characters of the building and businesses. Trying to beat the sun from setting, we arrive at the famous glass beach. Nobody's even looking at the ocean, they're just looking for glass. Back in the old days, from 1949 to 1967, this beach was a dumping site. Although cleanup and restoration efforts successfully removed heavy objects from this site, smaller items such as glass bottles and potteries remain in the ocean. After decades of crushing waves, the pounding of the ocean, the glass was broken into small fragments and eventually sanded down and fine-tuned into the current shapes today. That's a nice one. You guys found some good ones?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
What color is the most sought after?
I have no clue.
No clue?
I think the most scarce which you don't see here is blue.
Blue, huh?
Yeah.
You're right, you're right.
You have green, you have brown, you have white, but not
No
blue.
blue one.
No blue? If I find a blue one, I'll be rich.
Which in your mind?
Blue ones. Did you guys find the blue glass?
Yeah, I just did.
There are glass out here. Glass sands. A lot of them. Alright guys, I'm not even looking at the ocean. At this point I'm obsessed trying to find the blue glass. I heard that the blue ones are rare. I don't see any blue. So now I understand why some people out here were not paying attention to the ocean in the first place. They're looking for blue. They're looking for blue. So in case you can't make it out here, this is what the glass beach looks like. If you're here looking for glass and that is your focus, you can miss a beautiful opportunity to see the rocks formations that's being taken place here. Actually, it's really beautiful. Wow, it's amazing. After Glass Beach, we were ready to experience some real seafood in the area. We went to the Noyo Harbor, where there are a number of seafood restaurants and eateries to choose from. Driving through the harbor, we see crab traps, fish and seafood companies and their boats. We knew that we were in the right spot for some delicious local seafood dishes. Because there were multiple excellent options, deciding which place to go was difficult. However, we decided on the Noyo River Grill. There, the place was packed Because of the pandemic, we decided that it was best for us to order out. The food is really good. I ordered the champino here. You can't really see it, or it doesn't look as appetizing because it's in this thing here, but it's really good. Different seafood in there. And then there's a shrimp scampi, and the fettuccine, clam chowder, and then we have the fried calamari. It's really good, guys. And the people there, they're friendly too. You know, they're busy, super busy, but they're friendly and really
Absolute
helpful.
customer service.
The next morning, while the kids were sleeping, we woke up early to check out the Pomo Bluffs Park nearby our hotel. As we expected, the views were just amazing. We spent the quiet moment admiring the beauty of the ocean and enjoy the peacefulness of the morning. Once the kids were up, it was time to hit the road. We decided to check out the 10-mile Dunes Preserve just to see what it looks like. After a short hike through the thick vegetation, we entered the Dunes Preserve. To no surprise, there were lots of sand. Sand for miles along the coastline. Plenty of sand dunes here. Just miles and miles of sand. Alright, we're lost.
No, I told us. No, the bridge is right there, so we just gotta keep going this way.
Yeah, the sand looks the same, so I can't tell which direction we came from. So if we get stuck in here, you saw the video, there's 4 of us.
It's a giant mushroom.
I think the best way for us is to just go toward the bridge. Oh, right here. Look. So we just follow our own track back to civilization. Although there was so much more to explore and do here, we decided on whale watching for our last activity before we headed back home. Today is our last day. We're at the Princess Seafood restaurant. We just ordered and we're ready for our next activity, and that is going on a charter boat out in the sea to do some whale watching. This is a salmon platter, and these are the oysters. Oh, they're so delicious.
Yeah, really fresh.
I got a hot mess burger.
Oh, nice. After our delicious seafood lunch at the harbor, we were ready to see some whales. Every autumn, gray whales migrate an amazing 10,000 miles from the freezing Arctic Sea of Alaska and Siberia to the warm sea waters of Mexico. They then spend the winter breeding and birthing the young off the coast of Baja California. In the spring, they return to the cold water of Alaska by traveling along the coastline of California. Fort Bragg is one of those places where you can catch a glimpse of these magnificent animals.
There's no pressure if you guys don't want to go. There's no charge or nothing like that. But if you want to go, then we'll get out there and do our best to find them for you. Hopefully we'll find a clearing and find some whales. This stuff could burn off really quick, but you don't know with the fog. It could be super thick, you know, so we won't know until we get out there.
Cool, we'll go.
For California gray whales, and basically with the fog especially, the more eyes we have looking, the faster we're going to get on a pod of whales. So it's real important you guys just scan the horizon and look for spouts. Basically you're going to see a big puff of water shoot up in the air.
On the charter boat, the captain gave us a briefing on the weather. It turns out that it is going to be a foggy day in the ocean, and that the likelihood of seeing a whale out there is very slim. The boat gradually pulled off the harbor, and before we know it, we were in the middle of the ocean, at least 2.5 miles from the coast. All eyes were looking out for signs of whale movements, such as water spouts or whale path. Then, in the distance, we saw a burst of water spout. There's a spout there. Good eye. Oh, nice. We spent the next hour or so finding and following the whales. As the captain had predicted, the whales were very elusive that day, so we were only able to see a handful from the distance. Although we were not able to see many of these whales up close, seeing them from a distance as we did was still an amazing experience. The boat ride out into the ocean was also an adventure for my family as well. Unfortunately, our trip has to come to an end. Although we were able to visit and witness some amazing views and sights of the coastline, we were only scratching the surface of what Mendocino County has to offer. There are so many more coastal sites, nature preserves, parks, hiking trails, and other magnificent landmarks to explore and enjoy. With that, I hope you enjoy this sneak peek of Mendocino and the city of Fort Bragg. I highly recommend visiting this place if you have the time. Thanks for watching the video, and I hope to see you again soon.